Hello, I'm Kristen from Kristen Cain Style. Welcome. I am so glad you're here. I am a style and mindset coach, and I can help you create a wardrobe you absolutely love wearing, even if you are in a place where you're so stuck and overwhelmed and sick of your clothing. I can help you fix that. I work with women one-on-one, and we do that online and in person. Style therapy is my one-on-one coaching package. There is a link down below if you are interested in more info. We can hop on a consult call. It's a free 30-minute call to see if we're a good fit. My guess is that there are some very simple things that are holding you back from having a wardrobe you look and feel amazing in, and it is my sincere pleasure to help women get rid of those things that are in the way so that you can get dressed and feel amazing and look amazing and get on with your life. So today I'm going to talk about outfits. So outfit building is certainly part of what I do, and there can be a lot of drama I find that my clients deal with regards to outfits. I have worked with lots of women over the years who buy head to toe what is on display in a store or what a salesperson suggests that they purchase because they don't have the confidence they need to build their own outfits. And so they feel better if someone else puts the outfit together. And I can tell you from personal experience in retail over the years that often, clients would come in and they would decide to purchase what's kind of hanging together on the rack. That top with those pants with that belt or scarf or hat, whatever is displayed close by. And I can tell you from all of my years in retail that when a store displays a look together, hangs a look together in a little nook or on a rack, they don't always mean for those pieces to be worn together. And yet often the customer interprets the visual people put these pieces together, so that must be the way to wear it. And I have countless times seen women purchase the pieces as is, and yet that top might not actually go with those pants because it's not the right length or it doesn't have the right sleeve to balance the leg of the trouser. Whatever the case is, I want you to have the confidence to create an outfit that looks and feels amazing on you, on your body, fits your budget, fits your vibe, that isn't something that you just have to default to what the store puts together, because that isn't always the best option for anybody. It's often just hung there, to be honest with you, from a retail standpoint. Those pieces are often just hung together because there was no other place where they fit on the floor, in the layout of what the merchandisers had in mind when they put together that, that floor move. Those sweaters and jeans might have ended up together on a rack, but they were never intended to be worn together. So I want to talk about outfits. I want to begin by saying that what I'm going to say about outfits might be considered kind of controversial from the standpoint of being a stylist. So I'm a style coach, and what I do is help women put together clothing so that they look and feel amazing when they get dressed. And yet I am kind of anti-outfit. I have seen the outfit concept backfire so many times and trip so many women up and create much more frustration and drama, as I said, that I just have come to the place where I kind of don't believe in outfits. And so I want to explain that and kind of defend my position and give you kind of the why and the how of getting dressed if you take the outfit component out of it. So I believe that our wardrobes affect our well-being, that our mental health matters, and that our style affects our mental health. And what we think affects our style. It's all sort of tied together, as it is in every area of our life. What we think has a direct effect on the result, on the action we take and the result we get. And so I don't believe that making outfits should be complicated, because then it kind of negates the fact that our wardrobes should affect our positive well-being. Like if our wardrobes are a tool to help, with our wellness and our well-being, then it shouldn't be difficult to get dressed. And so that's kind of my first hang up with outfits. I feel like by and large, the idea of creating an outfit feels complicated, and it feels like there's a way to do it wrong, and if you do it wrong, then shame on you, and you shouldn't even leave your house, and you should just give up and wear your sweatpants. And that isn't the case. That is not what I believe that great style should be. And so I'm gonna fill you in on my thoughts about that. Over the last few years, I have realized that I am most happy when my clothing is the simplest, when my outfits are the simplest. If I put together a combination and when I am finished getting dressed, there's any part of my look that feels kind of too polished, too formal, too contrived, too put together, too stuffy, too matched, I usually take something off. I usually change an element because that isn't the style that I want to have. I want my style to feel a little bit rumpled and a little bit European in that sense. You know, not that European women are rumpled, but they tend to have a different attachment to their clothing, and their clothing has a different sense of functionality, and they wear it hard, they buy good quality as a general rule, as a stereotype. And I want that. I want that effortless French girl look where she just kind of pulled it off the floor and threw it on, and it might not be perfectly pressed, and it might not actually match the pants she's putting on with it, but it works. And so I find that there isn't really a way to build that outfit. You have to start to get to know yourself and get to know the clothing and what you love, and then and create a wardrobe where the pieces work together and they play nicely together so that you can't really mess it up. I don't want a client, unless she wants it. Now I will say that if you are someone who loves kind of the puzzle and the work and the drama of creating an outfit and making sure that the mustard yellow in your jacket perfectly matches your mustard shoes, and that you only wear those trousers with that blouse for whatever reason, if that's the way you want to get dressed and that works for you and your lifestyle and your budget, no problem. There is nothing wrong with that. That just isn't the way that I get dressed, and it's not usually the way my clients want to get dressed when we work together. They might have tried that way and it's become kind of overwhelming and frustrating and feels excessive, and so they're ready to simplify. But if you are perfectly happy making elaborate outfits, keep rocking that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful vibe. It just isn't what I'm speaking to today. I am speaking to something that is a little more kind of organic and happens a little more effortlessly. And so my outfits have become more and more and more and more simple, to the point where sometimes I think, you're a stylist. Is this outfit kind of enough to go out into the world and show up as a stylist? Do you need to add something or, change something? And usually the answer is no. Usually I think I am all about really simple, quality, nice pieces, not expensive pieces, but quality pieces that actually make me feel amazing when I put them on and that don't require too much effort or too much thought or headspace with regards to making the outfit work. And so, as I say all the time, the first step is to define what you want from an outfit. When you get dressed head to toe, what matters to you in that equation? And what matters to you does not have to be the same thing that matters to me. We are all allowed to come at this from our own place and with our own life experience and our own needs as we get dressed and what our lifestyle requires and that sort of thing. But if you can get clear on what you require from your clothing and your outfit head to toe when you get dressed, then you can start to see what's happening in your closet that isn't supporting that. What pieces aren't working and what pieces are missing. And so now I'm going to mention something else that might be slightly controversial, and that is the outfit formula or a uniform, some sort of a template that makes the whole process easier. And I sometimes have women kind of shy away from this idea, similar to the capsule wardrobe idea. It seems too limiting. It seems too boring. They don't want to be locked into a formula. That seems terrible. And that's fine. If you don't want to be locked into a formula, no problem. My guess is you probably already are wearing some sort of a formula or a uniform on repeat. And you could maybe look at that in your own life. What do I tend to wear the most often? What do I tend to feel the best in? Usually there is a formula to that. It's rare that it's not that there aren't women who do it differently, but it is not the norm. It's usually rare that a woman looks a different way and wears a different formula every single day. Usually we dial in on a few formulas or a few uniforms that really work for our lifestyle and feel authentic and we feel amazing in. I want you to try to keep in mind that a formula or a uniform does not have to be boring. Instead, it is kind of a system. It is a template. It is a way to make it easier to get dressed and easier to shop and easier to pack and easier to edit and just easier to live if you have that part of the outfit building or the getting dressed dialed in, so that I know my formulas, I know my uniform, and then I just plug and play. Makes it really simple. One of the easiest ways to begin to find your outfit formula or your uniform or begin to just create outfits is to pare way back. even if you're just moving things from your closet to a box or a bin or to a different room, so that the pieces that you have left are sort of your starting point. Like, these are the pieces I want to wear and I want to understand how they go with the other things in my closet. And they are sort of the simple basics, the core pieces that I love the most, that I know that I can figure out how to make these work and create simple outfits with them. And so I kind of started to look at this with regards to other areas where I tend to choose simple, because how we do anything is how we do everything. And so I realized that I probably could have gotten clear on my simple outfit formulas much earlier on had I paid attention to my baking and my cooking and my sewing or knitting. I don't knit, but even if in the couple times that I have knit, the things that I choose in those areas are really simple because I'm a complete beginner and I want it to be easy. So I would make a scarf that is just, super simple and straight. When I sew squares and rectangles. I'll sew curtains or pillows, but I don't sew clothing because that isn't where I am with my level of complexity in that area. So I'm starting with the basics. The same with baking and cooking. I tend to stick with things that are chocolate, things that I have made before, things that I know are going to taste good, because I don't want to spend my time baking something that I'm not going to end up enjoying afterwards. I want a much more tried and true formula. And so it's really the same in my wardrobe. And if you look at it in your life, maybe you're a very elaborate baker or knitter. And so to you, building more elaborate outfits actually does feel the most authentic, in which case just keep doing it that way. This is for the women who are tired of the drama when they try to get dressed and want outfit building and putting together pieces in their closet to feel easy and effortless, and to have the result be that they look and feel amazing in their clothing. And so by starting with kind of the simplest formulas, you begin to build self-trust. Because if you bake a batch of cookies and they turn out really well, you might try to do something a little more elaborate the next time. In my case, that means usually sprinkling some sea salt on the top of those same cookies. But you might feel a little more confident trying something else. You've mastered the idea of a plain t-shirt and jeans and a belt and a necklace and a cute pair of shoes. Now you might try a blouse and a pair of jeans and a belt and a necklace and shoes. You might be ready to step it up a little, but if you can start with the simplest outfit building formulas and uniforms, and then as you get more confident and you build more style self-trust, you can add more elements or more complex elements. So how to decide on your formula? Like I said, chances are if you look to what you wear most often and what you feel the best in, you probably already have at least one formula that you're comfortable in. And so for me, it's usually a blazer or a cardigan sweater, some sort of a t-shirt or a shell or a top underneath, a pair of jeans, a belt, and a pair of shoes, and usually a necklace. And occasionally it is a pullover sweater and kind of the rest of that combo. Sometimes it's a blouse. Sometimes it's a skirt with a sweater, sometimes it's a dress, but those are sort of the offshoots. They're kind of occasionally if I want to deviate, I would go to a skirt or go to a dress. But for me, I'm much happier in pants, and it's usually blue denim. And so I can keep the components pretty easy and just mix and match them so that I might have on a navy blazer one day with a t-shirt that has a graphic on it. I might have on a black blazer with a striped t-shirt. I can just keep mixing and matching. It's sort of like Garanimals in the olden days, little kid clothing that all work together, or those tables you see at Target or at Old Navy where all of the t-shirts and shorts or pants for the kids are folded up and all of the colors coordinate. So you could pick any one of the t-shirts and pretty much any one of the pants or shorts and they will all work together. That's the idea. Outfit building should be that easy. It shouldn't be so complicated that you stress about, oh, but I only wear those shoes with that outfit. I want it to be simpler than that for you. There are some ways to make an outfit formula easy. So, and there are lots of, if you Google this, there are lots of outfit formulas that are out there that you can literally plug in a blazer, plug in a t-shirt, plug in. I want you to learn how to do it so that you don't have to see a picture of an outfit and then try to duplicate that in your closet, although there's nothing wrong with that. I want you to start to think about the actual elements that create a look and find those pieces in your closet and learn to build an outfit kind of from there. You want to pick one of the elements that I am going to mention, and then you can build your outfit from that. And I'll explain what I mean in just a second. So I'm just going to kind of read them off so that you can be clear on these kind of 7 ways that you can begin your formula, kind of the starting point of creating your formula or your uniform. And so tops, bottoms, shoes, one piece, layers, favorite color, extras. So you could start with the top. You could always wear a beautiful blouse and a pair of jeans and the same belt and the same shoes, and that would be your outfit formula. All that's changing is the blouse. Super simple, nothing wrong with that. It could be a sweater, and you're always changing to a different sweater. It could be just tops. You love tops and you have a great collection of tops, but you always wear the same jeans. Maybe you have them in a couple different washes. You always wear basically the same kind of flat shoe, have them in a couple different colors or different leathers, so that you're putting on the top and then you're putting the same basic bottom on every single time. But your look always looks different because you have a different blouse on today, or you have a turtleneck sweater, or you have a button-down sweater that you've buttoned all the way up and used as a top. So tops, first way to kind of build your formula around would be the top. The second way is the bottom. You might be someone who loves a colored pair of trousers. So you have really rich, beautiful colors of trousers in your closet, and you are going to always put on a cream sweater or a white t-shirt or a black t-shirt or whatever the combo is that you're going to add, whatever the pieces are that you're going to add to those trousers. Some days you might have on forest green trousers with a white t-shirt. Some days you might have on khaki trousers with a white t-shirt. Some days it could be navy blue trousers. Whatever the case is, you're letting the bottom, it could be a skirt bottom. It could be a pair of patterned pants that you always wear with a solid colored top. It could be denim. You love really cool denim, and every day you wear different kinds of jean, but you always have on a top that is pretty simple, and that becomes your formula. The next thing would be shoes. You could wear really simple clothing and always have your shoes be the interesting part. That could be your formula. You wear a simple top, simple jeans, and a bright pair of shoes. Simple top, simple jeans, fun pair of sneakers. Whatever the thing is, shoes are the element that is kind of the basis for that outfit building. Totally fine also. It could be layers. You could be someone who loves layers. You live in a climate where you can put on a scarf and a silk shell and a sweater over that and a blazer over that. So you like to layer, and you're willing to kind of have the elements in your closet and the pieces in your closet that would make that look work, so that every day when you get dressed, you have on a base piece and then some sort of a third, that piece that goes over, and then a scarf. Layering is part of your signature look, and it becomes your formula. So you never just have one top on, you always have on extra layers because of the climate and the way that you like to look. So layering could be kind of the basis for your formula. It could also be one piece. So you could be someone who loves jumpsuits or someone who loves dresses. You want one piece and go. You don't want to have to think about what goes with what. So you are prone to buying pieces that you can put on one piece with the shoes and you're done. Your outfit is complete because it is one single element: dress, jumpsuit, anything like that. Nothing wrong with that. I don't happen to wear jumpsuits. I'm very long-waisted. They're never really comfortable. I always have to use the restroom, so then I have to figure out how to get out of them. But for some women, jumpsuits are a huge part of their wardrobe. That is a formula that works for them. So there's no wrong answer. It's just a matter of getting clear on what would make it the easiest for you to get dressed and look and feel amazing. The next one could be favorite color. You could be someone who loves one favorite color or who loves color in general. So every time you get dressed, it could be a simple pair of black pants and some sort of a hot pink top. It could be a hot pink blouse or a t-shirt or a sweater or a blazer if hot pink were your color. You could be someone who loves navy blue. So you wear head to toe navy blue almost all the time. You've dialed into this monochromatic look because navy blue is your color, and it doesn't really matter what the pieces are. You're comfortable just putting together navy blue pieces. It could be that you just love color, and so one day you're going to have a green sweater on, and one day you're going to have a bright yellow sweater on, and one day you're going to have a navy blue sweater on. But when you shop, you're not shopping for brightly colored pants and brightly colored shoes and brightly colored accessories. You're only paying attention to the color of the sweater or the color of the pants or the accessory or the shoe, but not all of it. So if color is your thing, that could be where you begin to build your formula. I always want to have on one piece that's a really great color. So that's how you shop, and that's how you get dressed. And the last thing would be the extras. So it could be the jewelry, it could be your glasses, it could be a belt. It's kind of that accessory that you're going to add. It could always be a white blouse and jeans and the same sneakers, and every day you have on a different belt. They could be embroidered belts, they could be brightly colored, they could be chain, they could be sashes, whatever the case is. You could just keep changing the belt. That would be your outfit formula. You could always have on sort of a really interesting collection of necklaces. Sometimes they would be silver with that same white blouse and jeans. Sometimes they would be gold, sometimes they would be beaded, sometimes multicolored, sometimes chokers, sometimes on a leather strap like a pendant. Whatever the case is, you have decided that accessories are the place you're going to start when building your outfit, when creating your formula. Accessories is the starting point. And so then you just fill out with the simple pieces that will make those accessories shine. And so there, as I said, are lots of other ways to decide and develop outfit formulas and uniforms, but I find that I can give women, a lot of pictures of, well, you could just swap out your blazer for this blazer and your t-shirt and your belt. And it's not that that doesn't work, and that's available on the internet everywhere if you do a quick Google search. It's certainly available on Pinterest. I like to have you start to think about, okay, what part of the outfit, what part of getting dressed is the most fun for me? I love shoes. So I'm going to create my formula around shoes. And when I shop, I'm going to pay attention to the shoes. And then I'm going to let everything else be pretty simple and pretty easy to work with the shoes that I own, because that's going to be my kind of signature formula. As I said, it can be any one of those other things: tops, bottoms, layers, one piece, any the shoes, any of those elements can be the starting point for your formula. But if you create a formula or a uniform, it allows you to just get dressed really simply without having to feel like when you walk into a store, you need to buy head to toe the entire look on the mannequin, or you're not going to be able to figure it out when you get home. I work with so many women who that's how they've shopped their whole lives. And when I get into their closets, they're just really stuck and kind of have the blinders on with regards to that beautiful sweater could be worn with this amazing pair of trousers, but they would never do that because that's not how they purchased it. That's not how they picture it in their eye. And I just believe that that's a really limiting way to get dressed and to use our clothing. I want more versatility in my wardrobe, and I want the women who I work with, whether you're just following me here and learning from me here, or whether we're working together actually one-on-one, I want you to understand how to do this for yourself, how to become your own stylist and really be able to look at something and know how you're going to wear it in your own world, which does not have to be the way it looks on the mannequin, and it doesn't have to be the way anyone else would wear it. It's a matter of building the self-trust so that my style formula starts with a great blazer, or my style formula starts with a great pair of shoes. And I know that that top would look great with my, collection of shoes, whatever the case is. So I hope that that is helpful. The other thing I'll mention just with regards to outfits and getting dressed is there are some finishing details that make it easier to look stylish and put together with very little effort. And I've talked about them on here before, but I will just kind of go through them quickly. First of all is a front tuck. If you know me, you know that almost every top I ever wear is tucked in the front about the width of my hand. I made a reel about it even, because reels are not my jam, but over on Instagram, I did make a reel about it. You take kind of the width of your hand and front tuck your top right in behind kind of the button or the middle of your waistband, right belly button area, and tuck in the front. It elongates your legs. It gives you back your waist. It does not matter your shape or size. It works for almost every woman with almost every combination of tops and bottoms. And so front tuck. That's the first thing I would suggest. The next thing would be to cuff or roll your pants. Again, depending on what those pants look like. Certainly denim often doesn't hit us all at the right spot the way that the denim designer intended. And so whether you cut the denim off, and leave a raw edge, whether you roll it or cuff it, usually just at the ankle bone or just above the ankle bone is a really nice spot for our pants to end. And so if they don't, you can cuff them or roll them. It's a quick way to show a little bit of skin, above your shoe or above your boot and just look a little bit more modern. The next way would be to push up your sleeves or roll up your sleeves so that you're showing a little bit of wrist. that also draws the eye to your waist. It gives you more of a shape because it's showing some skin at the bottom of your arm. It sounds a little strange, but it makes a giant difference. Try it in your own mirror. Put on a top that has long sleeves and leave one sleeve down and push the other up, and just see how you feel when you look in the mirror. There's something about showing that wrist that adds a little more style and a little more intentionality to an outfit. And then lastly, I don't pop my collar very often, primarily because I don't wear many collared shirts because I just don't love that look on me. I love it on other women, and there is something really modern and effortless and amazing about popping a collar. I also grew up in the 80s when popping the collar of shirts was very preppy and, you know, kind of very on trend. And so to me, for my own personal look, that is not usually most authentic. I've already done that look and I usually don't feel like I need to do it again. But popping a collar is another way to just make your look like you paid more attention to it, and that you understand style and you know what those finishing elements are that make a kind of a non-outfit look like an outfit. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. I would love to know your feeling on outfits. Are you someone who buys head to toe what the rack or the salesperson says is, you know, kind of the way to wear it? Or do you buy one piece and then you get it home and you're not sure how to wear it? Or are you pretty confident in just buying one-off pieces here and there and knowing that they will work for you because you have dialed in your outfit formula or your uniform? And let's see, I am on Instagram every Tuesday. I'm on Instagram every day. But on Instagram every Tuesday, I do a live Q&A. So if you are not following me over there, please come say hello. I answer your style questions live, and then it gets recorded and it gets saved to my Instagram. So you can go back, almost a year now I've been doing these every Tuesday. So you can go back and watch the old ones. I list the questions in the caption so you can see what questions I answered, and there's a slider so you don't have to watch the whole thing. You can kind of slide and decide, you know, where you want to stop and watch the answers. And yeah, so I will be on Instagram next Tuesday. I do it at noon Mountain Time, but like I said, it gets recorded and saved so you can watch it anytime. If you have questions, I put up a question box over there on Sunday or Monday where you can drop it in. You can also DM me on Instagram or pop your question in the comments below and just say that it's for the IG Live, and I will answer it next week. And if you would like to chat about working with me one-on-one, there is a link to my calendar down below. We can hop on a free consult call and see if we are a good fit. I have no doubt that I can help you create a wardrobe you love wearing, and then you can get on with your life and just look and feel amazing in your clothing. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I will see you next Friday. Thank you so much for being here.